Venus is on. Venus is on.
The Sparks, who have beat the Aces twice now this season, and they just played with a level of toughness that the Aces were not prepared to match.
Oh, Chelsea Gray doing Chelsea Gray things.
Chelsea Gray being back on the court for the Aces puts everybody back in their natural positions. She's a threat as a scorer and a penetrator. This is the second time she's gotten to the gut of the...
She missed the first 12 games of the year. Vegas was 6-6. Jackie Young attacks and gets hit.
She has made you pay, but the in and out dribble and the slight hesitation as she splits multiple wing defenders bounce away from being like, you have Monique under the paint, but oh well.
And you also have Arike. It's a 7-0 run.
You have Arike, absolutely.
Wilson with just the trademark turnaround. Uzun. A couple of rookie guards out there now with Uzun and Sheldon. And Sheldon got it rejected with authority by Asia. Vegas up by 2, and then Uzun got blocked by Martin.
Great defense by Kate Martin.
They did beat Atlanta in the first round, swept them 2-0. We're down 20 points in the first game and came back to win before facing the Aces. Hayes gets inside for her second basket. Gray looking for some options. Shot clock into single digits. The fadeaway that we're so familiar with Chelsea.
Going to that left hand. And Jackie Young really pushing up on Arike Gumbawale to make it more difficult for the Wings to get into their sets.
Now Young able to dish it over to Wilson with McCowan in her grill. 2.5 to go in the half. Sims tried to make something out of nothing. Asia Wilson runs the floor as well as anybody, especially in that 6'4".
So that they can be prepared to rotate out. But those are great calls by Coach L.
Vegas coming out on fire. The takeaway by Jackie Young. They're still down 10. Young attacks and hits. Oh. Jackie Young averaging just under 19 points per game this year. Gets the steal from Arike. Faked the pass to Plum and buried it. A shooting slump. That's her first field goal since the first quarter.
Yeah, and it no coincidence that it's a 3.
Plum, tough one over her head.
What great touch.
Play for one another. Asia finding KP on the baseline for the reverse.
Wilson working on the perimeter. But Gray drew the foul and got the bounce.
Talked about Chelsea Gray starting to work herself back into form. This is one of the many reasons why she's such a difficult cover.
Clark to Plum. Jackie Young, how about that? Surrounded by a couple of Dallas players. She gets the rebound and the putback and got fouled.
Tonight, she will not have the same feedback of her Aces team in this game. Getting in there with the left arm.
Sheldon learning some big-time lessons in this game. Wilson tipped it to herself after the miss. Plum spots and drops.
She just has very selfless, and even going back to her post-game presser where she said, it's not for the accolades for what you guys think. It's for my teammates, and we're seeing greatness in front of us.
Tonight's alumni night. It's also Alicia Clark's birthday, and she's turning the same age that you were when you retired, I believe. So I'm curious if there are any, what's the biggest lesson that you've learned about yourself or this league since you retired?
Oh man, I mean, I think the league has gotten better overall, player for player, team for team. There's a lot of parity now. But you should ask her that question. What's the difference between her first couple of years in the league and now? Because she's lived it. You know, I've been out for 10 years. So the league has changed, I think, for the better. Better product, better accommodations for the players. So lots of good things, and she was a part of those pushes. You know, she's somebody has been always like very involved. I'll say player side a lot of times with the league and stuff like that. So well respected vet around the league. So yeah, I think you should ask her. But I'm, you know, because I kind of checked out for a couple of years. I really started watching again in 2020, in 2021. The Aces were in the finals against Seattle. And Becky Johnson was on staff. And my friend Jenny Busick was talking to Sue Bird all the time. And I was talking to Becky Johnson. And the two teams were playing each other in the finals. So I started paying a lot more attention than just the NBA. You know, you're just consumed with it and you just need a break at times. And so, but once we started watching, that's kind of when I started paying closer attention. But the league is better. No, everybody has that schedule. Everybody goes through it. You don't get to make excuses. You got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And we're like almost half of their wins. So it's the worst defensive outing I've ever seen or been a part of. It's top 5 for sure. Yeah, I wish it would be more special and we'd be here. Because it's always fun to have the NBA guys come in to the house, show support. They've been showing support for a long time. Going back to Kobe, you know, in that hoodie, he was such an advocate for women's sports. He loved women's sports. All those guys are going to roll through and look at their young guns run around in summer league games. People want to come to Vegas. So I'm going to miss a lot of my buddies that are coming through, but you know, some of us still have to be working.
I have 2 for Becky, if that's okay. Just one, you've talked a lot about the defense this year and how important it is. At this stage of the season, which area of your defense do you feel the best about right now?
Our zone, our man-to-man is pick and roll defense has been lousy. Guard and 3-point line has been lousy. We've been decent in the paint. It's just been hit or miss, and that consistency has to get better. There's no excuses. You just have to be better. One-on-one, I mean, I think we gave